you all read the book The Goal, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Then why don't we talk a bit about the book first?
Oh, good idea. I remember the book being mostly about how Alex turned the bad situation of his plant around.
Yes, and the main point was how we improved the bottlenecks.
Do you remember what the bottlenecks were?
Of course, the capacity of the machine, NCX-10, and their heat treat furnace were their bottlenecks. They both caused delays in the process.
Oh, now I remember.
What I think is more important than discovering the bottlenecks is how Alex solved the problem caused by them. The plant sure went through a lot of change.
Yes, first, Alex implemented a new tagging system to mark the priority of each material moving through the plant. Materials that hold up production at bottleneck were decided to be marked with red tags, and materials required at the non-bottleneck were to be marked with green.
They also devised a plan to anticipate which products needed to finish by when, and release them into production accordingly.
Next, they decided to focus on three fundamental measurements to increase throughput for actual money making, to decrease inventory, and to decrease operational expenses.
Yeah, and one specific solution to fulfill this was to cut batch sizes.
Yes, and in conclusion, what was emphasized was the theory of constraints, which was the key for ongoing improvement.
Great. Actually, while reading the book, I was curious if there were examples of bottleneck in our daily life. Do you guys have any idea of examples and how we could solve them?
Well, before our meeting, I thought the school restaurant Koreasim would be the closest case that we can apply strategies in the book. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. The goal deal with problems related to bottleneck, and I think Koreasim has some issue with bottleneck because I've seen long waiting line whenever I go.
Yeah, especially people who want to eat pizza and spaghetti are waiting so long. Maybe the kitchen of pizza and gratin and spaghetti department are the bottleneck of the whole process.
In pizza and gratings department, they use a big oven for cooking. I think the limited capacity of this machine is what makes people wait so long.
What about the kitchen in the spaghetti department? Could limited capacity of the spaghetti cooks also be the bottleneck of the whole restaurant?
I think that both pizza and gratin's oven and spaghetti cooks are the bottlenecks that limit the capacity of the restaurant. If we come up with solutions for the two constraints, then Koreasim will be more profitable.
I found out that the chicken of Koreasim is divided into pizza and gratins, spaghetti, and oriental department. And I saw order for oriental food is considerably less than oven gratin and spaghetti. I think using resources in oriental department for pizza and gratin and spaghetti can help alleviate bottleneck situation.
I agree. Since there's little demand for Oriental food, removing Oriental menus and replacing it with more diverse pizza and gratins and spaghetti menus would also help Koreasim increase its throughput.
I also think that making use of oriental department can help. But I think the kitchen would still remain as bottleneck of the whole restaurant even after that. Are there more solutions to further improve the capacity of the kitchen?
I observed that when making pizzas and gratins, cooks can prepare all the ingredients and put it on dishes beforehand so that they can simply put it in oven when orders are accepted during rush hours.
Yes, and also I think offering instant food lines can help. Cooks can prepare the food during non-rush hours, and customers can simply use microwave to heat the food. This will certainly further resolve bottleneck issues.
I think it can also help generate new lines of customers. Instant foods can eliminate waiting time, which sometimes takes more than 20 minutes, and instant foods can attract busy students.
I think we can also apply the solving to the workload of team project that we often feel stressed with. We can set a goal as well-done project.
Then the throughput would be the rate at which the group resolves the assignment towards a completed one. And the resources are each people of the group. And here the cause of the student stress comes out since each member has different abilities and which equals to the capacity here.
On my own experience, gala capacity between students is related to their grades and whether they've dealt with seminars from associations. Then, let's assume that four seniors who did seminars and freshmen is a group that needs to make a report about industry to export. They will get through the work tasks from investigating the market of interesting area to presentation.
From the first task, usually whole members divide research, and the freshman may face with difficulty since he or she is not used to searching industry material. But for inadequate research, the group should supplement it before going through the next task, which means the freshman is bottleneck and lead time occurs.
Then other members help to offload the burden of freshmen will be one of solutions. At first, they could make a guideline specifically and add some resources where they can get trustworthy information. Or let freshmen do some topics of small field which would less burden.
Yes, excluding the freshmen is not recommendable. Utilizing all resource within balance is important. And the group needs to increase the bottleneck's capacity. Much experienced task and learn guidelines or resources will train the freshman, consequently upgrading his or her ability.
Yes, I think the senior student also can be a bottleneck when he or she suddenly doesn't do his or her work while the whole group is making the PPT file for their final presentation. Let's say each of them has to make 2 slides and they are all connected. So if the senior doesn't make his or her slide, the other can make following slide neither.
Oh, I understand. Then a solution for the bottleneck resource can be like this. The senior student could tell other group members about his situation. For example, he might be very busy with preparing his internship or finding employment since he's up to graduation, and he should make others understand his situation. And if other members accept his effort and hardships, then the other 5 members can do the senior slides instead of him.
And there can be another solution, and it is outsourcing. When the senior finds out that it is impossible for him to make the slides complete by himself, he would ask to other friends or the members of the association he studies in whether they have PPT formats or some works they have done before in the same class.
So by getting the reference from the people around him, he can be able to finish his work very quickly.
And I think we have to consider the constraint too, which can lead resources to be bottlenecks. In reality, we heavily try to find the proper place for group work in library, but there is no room available. That is, they face the constraints and they cannot even start the group assignment. In this case, we can say the hardness of reserving place can be the constraint.
If we want to solve this constraint, we might have to find the other place which replaces the study room. By solving the constraint, we can reduce the lead time and maximize the production. Finally, getting satisfied goal on time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.